Hello, everyone. It's Stretford. How you're doing, and welcome to the live. Well, it's not quite live, but it is the match preview between Manchester United and Real Sociedad. What has become our match of the season? It is the biggest match of the season for Manchester United. It is probably one of our biggest matches in years, guys. Since the FA Cup final, I would say that this is our biggest game because we lose this game, it's sayonara for Man United season. It's goodbye. Our season is hanging by a thread, guys. It's hanging by a thread. And if we don't win this game and Real Sociedad manage to pull it off, you know what? The season is going to be down in the dumps, isn't it, at the end of the day? As if it hasn't been a bad enough season already. Our season would be down in the dumps, to be honest with you. And I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy, guys. Real Sociedad, look, you know what? When we played Real Sociedad a week ago, I didn't feel like they were that good. They started performing after they got the penalty. They got the penalty, and then I felt it was more about us capitulating than about Real Sociedad playing well. It was more about that than Real Sociedad playing well at the end of the day. So I do believe that Man United are going to win this game. I think Man United win this game. I know, overzealous. Sal, again, you predict Man United are going to win. I do think Man United are going to win. I do, guys. And sorry, but I have to say it because I don't think that Real Sociedad are really a team that we should be worried about. I don't think so. I know what you're going to say. Oh, Sal, look, you know what? Old Trafford is different to San Sebastian and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? It's going to be down there, they're not that bad away from home. We're crap away from at home and stuff like that. I get your point, but I just think that Man United have to win this game. The pressure on this game is immense. It's immense. I feel nervous talking about this game. I mean, we haven't had a game like this in a long while, and I feel a little bit anxious. I just can't wait for the game to start, and I can't wait for us to hopefully we could just play a good game. Hopefully play a good game. If we play like we did, anywhere near like we did against Arsenal, I think that we will win the game. I really do think that we win the game. Lots of decisions to be made in regards to the team, in regards to what team we pick. You know what? It's great that we got a few players back. It is fantastic. And considering Real Sociedad most likely will have Zubimendi back after, obviously, his injury, his sickness, whatever he had. And that is a big player for them. So, obviously, it will strengthen their team. But our team will be strengthened too. Our team will be strengthened too. We will have Ugarte back, hopefully, and that will be good for us. Dorgu will be back in the side, on the left side. That will be good for us. I tend to look at the thing glass half full at the end of the day. And, we haven't had a great record against Spanish clubs, but I will bring back a game that we had many, many years ago under Jose Mourinho, actually. The Celta Vigo game. We played Celta Vigo, I think it was in the semi-final of the Europa League. The semi-final of the Europa League. And we just about won the game. We won 1-0 away. We won 1-0 away. And then I believe it was 1-1 at Old Trafford. I believe it was 1-1 at Old Trafford. And we went through 2-1 on aggregate. And Real Sociedad had an opportunity in that game right at the last minute to score a goal. It was very tense. It was very tense. And I can see the game being similar to that. I can see the game being something that intense, if you know what I mean. Spanish sides have been a bit of our nemesis over the years. Sevilla, of course, have been a bit of our nemesis. We've lost to Villarreal, of course, teams like that in the finals and stuff. I mean, what difference it would have made if Ole Gunnar Solskjaer won that penalty shootout? What difference would that make? Butterfly effect and all that, of course. What difference would it have made if he won that penalty shootout? How would it have changed the course of history? If David De Gea saved one penalty, for crying out loud, one penalty he didn't save. We actually took our penalties very well all the way up. Was it 11-10 on penalty shootout? It was ridiculous. This game, right, bringing it back to this game, Real Sociedad kind of celebrated when they got the draw against Man United because they knew at home that they should have lost that game. Man United should have won the game 3-1, 4-1, 4-2, 5-2, whatever. Man United should have won that game. We missed a whole host of chances in that game, a real whole host of chances. And to be honest with you, we should be disappointed we didn't come away from San Sebastian with a win. But it is what it is. It is what it is. And we hope that we can go out there and win the game, you know. Some people were telling me that, you know what, oh, wouldn't it be better if Man United get knocked out because of Glazers and that? Let me tell you something right now, especially with the news about the stadium. The Glazers are not going anywhere. Let me tell you, the Glazers are not going anywhere. They're happy. They're sitting back. They're chilling, right, at the end of the day. And what they're doing is like, oh, we got this money coming in. You know what I mean? We got all this money coming in. We got, you know, all we need to do is rely on good old Jim to get us all sorted, and we're going to get more billions through the door. Of course, this is what they're doing. They're not going anywhere. We're not aggressive enough as a fan base. We don't give enough in regards to wanting them out. I'm sorry, but we don't. We're not aggressive enough. We're not aggressive enough. We're too nice. We're too nice. We march to the stadium and sit on our seats. Fair play to everyone who march, but that is all we do. More needs to be done. And I said it years ago that more needs to be done. More needs to be done. Something needs to be done. Emptying the stadium, whatever. Scan in first so you don't lose your season ticket. I know that is the excuse. And then leave early. And then empty the stadium. Do you know what I mean? And, you know, it beggars belief that, you know what has happened at our football club, that what have we become as a football club, that, you know, we're happy to sacrifice 5-10 years of success, even though we've gone 12 years without success, real success, for a stadium, a shiny new toy. I'm not saying that we don't need a stadium and the stadium never needs, we never need to move to a new stadium, but this, obviously we need to move to a new stadium because the Glazers have put us in this situation. You know what I mean? They have not renewed the stadium. They have not refurbished the stadium. They're not kept up to date with it. Now, did they know about the regeneration project? And that's when the letter comes into play, isn't it? That they sent to the council in 2018. And just now it has been approved. So maybe they knew about this regeneration project, which is why they didn't want to invest in Old Trafford. That's wrong, isn't it? Old Trafford is a cultural heritage that goes back decades. It is our signal. It represents Manchester United, who we are, where we come from. I'm hopeful that the new stadium represents who we are. The Munich clock, Samat Busby, the Trinity. You know what I mean? That's what I hope. I really do hope that at the end of the day. But focus on what we have tomorrow, of course, which is Real Sociedad, a late kickoff for me again. Thursday/Friday morning, 12 a.m. It kicks off for me. A very, very late one, of course. I mean, you know what? It is what it is. It's going to be a stressful night. And most likely, it might even go to extra time, guys. You know what? We've been extra time twice this season. One done well, one done bad, of course. Arsenal and Fulham. And Real Sociedad now. I think it could do. It could possibly go to extra time. Unfortunately, the away goals don't count. So our goal in Spain doesn't really matter much in regards to a draw is a draw. You know, so if it ends 0-0, we don't go through on away goals. We go straight to extra time. And then we obviously could go down to a penalty shoot. And that's something we do not want to do. Too much pressure on that situation. Too much pressure on that situation. We do not want a penalty shootout, especially with Onana in goal, of course, guys. Now, I'm going to give you the team lineup. Of course, the team that I predict, more or less, that I hope that not that I hope, but I think might be the lineup. You guys can write in the comments below. I will answer the comments on the next show, of course, on Breaking Dawn. I will answer all the comments in regards to the team and your selections and your opinions on the team. Of course, I will be going into that, delving into that. But let's get into it. Let's get into the team, that lineup, of course, that I think it might be. Okay. So, Onana in goal, of course. I predict Heaven. I thought Heaven did very well when he came on. I felt Lindelof and Heaven really held their own against Arsenal. I think Maguire is not fit. And according to this video, we have not heard yet, and this is before the press conference, Euro it might not be fit as well. So this is what I'm going by. I'm just going by what I know. If they are fit, it will be Maguire, Euro, and De Ligt. But at the moment, I'm going by who I know is fit, which is Heaven, De Ligt, and Lindelof. Now, left wing back, of course, Dorgu will return. It's Europe, so he is not suspended. Ugarte hopefully should return in that midfield. We really do need Ugarte, considering that Zubamendi will be back. of course. That is good news for them. But you know what? Ugarte is important for us, an imperative that we have him back in the team and play him alongside Casemiro to solidify that midfield. And it will give us an opportunity to move Bruno back into that number 10 position. No one else but Dalot as the right wing back, of course. We've got no choice but to play Dalot as the right wing back, of course. We need a wing, but we definitely need a wing back in the summer, don't we? We really do need a wing back in the summer. Up front on the number 10 positions, Garnacho and Bruno. Now, a lot of people say, oh, why did you pick Garnacho? He should be off the bench. He shouldn't be playing Garnacho. Well, Garnacho, he brings the team forward. And if we're going to play a double pivot like Ugarte and Casemiro, I would like Garnacho in that number 10 because he does bring the team forward, right? He does create attacking areas. He attacks in dangerous areas. And that's what we need at the end of the day. That's what we need. We need someone to take this team forward. Do you know what I mean? And bring the team forward. You know, and I think Garnacho could do that. In regards to Xerxes will play instead of Rasmus. I do think Rasmus needs to be dropped. I'm sorry. I'm a big fan of Rasmus. People know that. But I think that he needs to be dropped now. I think Rasmus needs to go on the bench for this game, of course. And, you know, and maybe bring him on as a substitute. Who knows? It might do him some good to drop out for a little while. It might be doing some good to drop out of this game for a little while. Bruno, number 10, of course, obviously. Number 10 will be Bruno. I prefer Bruno in that position. He creates more. We got more opportunity in scoring. And if we can solidify that midfield, I think that we will be okay. Now, the prediction for this game will be Man United 3, Real Sociedad 1. Sal, what are you talking about, Sal? We're not going to win 3-1. We're not going to win 3-1. Well, I think we are. I think we will win this game by 3-1, guys. I really do believe that. I think Man United will win comfortably. I think we'll be 1-0 up, 2-0 up, and probably be 2-1 and then 3-1, something like that. I believe that. You can call me up on it if you want. You can pull me up on it if you want, but that's what I believe, guys. Now, don't forget to write your comments below what you think of the game. How do you feel it will go? What are your opinions on the game? What do you think? What will unfold? The most important thing for me, guys, is for Manchester United to qualify, of course, for the quarterfinals. Which will it be? Wouldn't it? It'd be the quarterfinals, wouldn't it? So that is my main focus on Man United qualifying. I don't care if we win 1-0 off the backside, in the back of the net, in the last minute. I just hope Man United go through because this game is history making. This game is history making. This game could be the difference between a successful summer, spending well, buying loads of great players, and nothing. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. And you know what? It's not only about this game, though. We know we got to play. Most likely, we're going to play Lyon in the second in the quarterfinal. Now, look, guys, I want to say this to you. I know people say, you know what, we're playing Real Sociedad and we're going to play Lyon and stuff like that. These are difficult games. If we had Real Sociedad in the last 16 of the Champions League and Lyon in the quarterfinal of the Champions League, we'll be laughing, wouldn't we? We'll be laughing, wouldn't we? It's because, you know what, standards, isn't it? We need to look at these games and go, these are the sort of games we should be winning. I know we're not where we are at the moment. I know we're not where we are, but these are the sort of games I believe that we should be winning against the likes of Lyon, against the likes of Real Sociedad. Do you know what I mean? Athletic Bilbao, and even Spurs to an extent. Do you know what I mean? Of course, Spurs have got to beat AZ Alkmaar 1-0 down on aggregate, of course. So that is going to be a difficult game for them, of course. But this game is so important. This is the team that I would choose. I think will be available. I think he might choose. The defense, as I said, could change with Maguire and Euro, depending on their fitness, of course. We're going to have to wait and see in that. But the rest of it, I think it more or less picks itself. I wouldn't play Eriksen. I think Eriksen is too slow. I think he doesn't add anything. He doesn't add anything, in my opinion. And I think that is better that, you know what, he stays on the bench for me, in my opinion. Guys, some people would say that Eriksen should play as the number 10 instead of Garnacho. And you make a good point. But if you have Ugarte, Casemiro, Bruno, and Eriksen, and Xerxes, that has got to be the slowest midfield stroke attack of all time. Am I lying? Am I lying? Do I tell a lie? That would have to be the slowest attack of all time, of course. So that is the team that I think will be the team that will play. But obviously it could change. But the most important thing is the result. You know, the result is the most important thing. I feel like we need a little bit of momentum. We need something to be positive about. There's been a lot of noises around. I know a lot of negativity, a lot of argument within the fan base. It seems like we're forever arguing. We're forever disagreeing with this and that. You know what I mean? Stadium this, Jim Ratcliffe this, Glazers this, Qatar this. It's been never ending, hasn't it? And the thing is that people tend not to think. They tend to speak from their own perspective, but do not have the flexibility to expand their horizons and you know what, learn someone else's opinion and understand the situation. They don't seem to have that ability, unfortunately. You know, so we continue arguing and we continue debating. You know what I mean? Even if we try to be reasonable and we go, listen, I understand your point and this and that, they still want to throw a load of nonsense at you at the end of the day. And what I would say, the most important thing tomorrow night is for Manchester United to win. That is it. Whoever plays the game, whoever plays tomorrow, the most important thing is for Man United to get that win and move on to the quarterfinal. Because then we can smell it. Because if we get to the quarterfinal, then you're in the quarterfinal. You win the next one, you're in the semi. And anything could happen in the semi-final. You know what I mean? So, and then I firmly believe Man United can do it. I think this gives me an air of the Jose Mourinho season when we needed to win the Europa League and we won the Europa League. By hook or by crook, by the way. We didn't smooth sail through the Europa League. We were rubbish. Let's be honest, guys. And then we were lucky to play a relatively poor Ajax team in the final. An Ajax team that had Onana in goal. An Ajax team that had De Ligt. The first goal, I remember the first goal because I remember Paul Pogba scoring the goal, and I felt that Onana was flat-footed. I felt he was flat-footed. I felt he was at blame for that goal. I really did. And in my head back then, I was thinking, do you know what? Thank God Onana doesn't play for us. Doesn't play for us. Thank God we got David De Gea. You know what I mean? I was thinking, like, thank God we got David De Gea. Now, the Onana situation, of course, is conflicted. Some people think that he's all right. Many people think that he's not good enough. I personally don't feel that he's good enough for Manchester United. I feel like we need a domineering goalkeeper, a goalkeeper who's commanding, a goalkeeper who's physically present as well. And, you know what, can be an inspiration in our back line, of course. I just feel like Onana slows down the play. He's very indecisive. He makes wrong decisions with the ball. He kicks the ball forward into no man's land when we know we ain't really got anyone to hold up the ball properly. And that is, of course, an issue. You know, so I feel like Onana is a problem. I feel like he needs to be moved on in the summer. I do believe that if we can get some money for him, that would be great. And we can get another goalkeeper in, that would be great. Whether they do that or not remains to be seen. Obviously, the financial side of things are a little bit of a nightmare. As was said, you know, Man United got to pay 89 million for the likes of Anthony and stuff like that in the summer. It's crazy, isn't it, that we still owe money for these transfers? We owe up to 400 million in transfers, of course, which is ridiculous. You know, what kind of institution was we running? What would Woodward and Murto and all these Glazers, what are they doing? All this debt we have accumulated is ridiculous. And to be honest with you, this is why Man United needed a full sale. This is exactly why Man United needed a full sale. This is the reason Man United needed a full sale. Precisely this, because of the debt we have accumulated over the years. Now, I look at this game against Real Sociedad and I think, like, you know what, if Man United get knocked out, we are in a bit of a pickle, guys. You know, which means we're in a bit of trouble. You know, I would say that. And because the financial side of things will be detrimental to Man United, you know, on the pitch as well. Because all I care about mainly is what happens on the pitch. You know, I want Man United to win the Europa League this season. I feel like it's very good to win the Europa League. It's good to have that heritage, as Jose Mourinho was saying, of course, football heritage. Of course, I think it's very important that we win this competition, because not only for that, the fact that we qualified for the Champions League, it is also an opportunity for these players to taste a little bit of success. You know what I mean? Trophies, European trophies, things like that. Now, I believe when we won the Europa League last time in 2017, when we won it then, I felt like Man United should have moved on to the next level. That was the time Man United should have reinvested and invested more. I think Roy Keane was saying that when Man United won the Champions League in 99, we didn't really push on. We didn't really push on and sign the best players. You know, we kind of stalled. We did. When we could have progressed and got better and better and better. And I think this is what happened in 2017. As soon as we won the Europa League, we sort of stagnated. We sort of went, yeah, we won the Europa League, way, you know what I mean? And then we didn't really bring anyone of significance into the football club, to improve the football club, to say, right, Jose Mourinho, you're the guy. We're going to push you. We're going to push you all the way and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? We didn't do that. We rested on our laurels and carried on as we were. And obviously, we obviously fouled under Jose Mourinho, and Jose Mourinho arguably should have been sacked. Of course, I remember going to the stadium during the Jose Mourinho days, and it was a toxic cesspit, guys. You know what I mean? It was very, very bad. And it has been a bit like that over the years, to be fair. I mean, even on a Gunnar Solskjaer, the fan base was divided. You know, Erik ten Hag, a lot of the fan base were divided. And even now, the fan base is starting to get divided about Ruben Amorim, and we know who the toxicity is coming from. You know, we lack patience. We lack patience. But the common theme is tomorrow's game, and the common theme is Real Sociedad at home. Hopefully, and we must improve our home form. That is very important because that was our bread and butter. In the past, when we used to have a home game, we drew 1-1 away, and we say, "Oh, we're bringing them back to Old Trafford." You know, those were the days, wasn't it? Those were the days, and we thought, you know what? As long as we get them back to Old Trafford, as long as we get a home tie, we'll be all right. You know what I mean? We're going to win the game. It's not like that these days. It's like home, Old Trafford, a lot of pressure. We're going to win this game. We're playing badly at home. Do you know what I mean? It would have been more better playing away. You know, but you know what? What we need is one of those classic European nights, guys. You know, those European nights that we used to have under the lights. You know what I mean? It used to be, we used to intimidate opposition. We used to intimidate the opposition. The opposition had already semi-lost the game before they walked on the pitch because the atmosphere, in particular in European games, was absolutely electrifying. These days, we're more of a soft touch, and teams actually look forward to coming to Old Trafford and trying to win at Old Trafford. You know, teams actually look forward to it now. We got to reverse that and flip that around again, and you know what, and try and make it into the fortress that it should be again. Real Sociedad are not that team, guys. Right? When you look at Real Sociedad, I think they're now 14th in the league, or 13th in the league, 13th, 12th in the league of La Liga, which is, I feel, a significantly weaker league in general than the Premier League. So it is a game. We've had a lot harder games this season. I honestly feel like the likes of Brighton, the likes of Crystal Palace probably have a good chance of beating Real Sociedad as well. So we shouldn't let it get to us. We shouldn't let it burden us. And we should be more inspired about trying to win this Europa League, because what a name you can make for yourself. What a name you can make. So now, my prediction for the game was Manchester United 3, Real Sociedad 1. Now, a lot of people are telling me, how comes you think we're going to score 3 goals? I think we will. I don't think that Real Sociedad are particularly good defensively. I don't. They don't score many goals as well. They've got a couple of threats in there. Zubimendi, Kubo. You know what I mean? We played against Kubo last time. I weren't too impressed. I thought he was okay. It wasn't brilliant. But you know what? What I would say is that, you know, I think Man United should have the power to beat Real Sociedad. And if we're not going to win easily. I don't think Man United will win easily. I think there will be moments in the game that we may struggle. I think there'll be moments in the game that Real Sociedad take a foothold and dominate possession. I think that could happen because technically a lot of our players right now don't have the IQ to play the style of football required for Ruben Amorim. They don't. I think ultimately next season is where it's all going to happen. Now, if Man United do qualify for Europe by winning Europa League and qualify for the Champions League, it will be fantastic for Ruben Amorim, because Ruben Amorim will have more chance of bringing through the players he wants to bring in. For example, Gutierrez said, the Sporting Lisbon player, said he wants Champions League football. Situations like that will be a lot easier for Man United. You know what I mean? A lot cheaper for Man United because we have Champions League football. If we don't have Champions League football, majority of players are not going to want to sign for Manchester United. And if they do sign for Man United, they're going to want a lot of wages. And we all know with this new system, with Ineos and stuff like that, we're not going to pay the wages. So I don't want it to become a domino effect of failure. You know what I mean? That we didn't get the players we wanted because we were not in Europe. And then next season, we didn't do well because we didn't get into Europe the season before and didn't get the players we wanted during the summer. So that's the reason we're not playing well. And then round and round we go. We go into this little cycle again and again. You know what I mean? And this is why it's so important to win this Europa League. If you generally want success for this football club, which is most important on the pitch, we need to win this Europa League. We need to win this Europa League, and I believe we have the tools to do so. And I believe we will. get through Real Sociedad. We'll have some players come back for the quarterfinals. The likes of Kobe Mainoo might be back. Ahmad might be back at the end of April. You never know. He could be back, so that, we might have an opportunity to play them in this competition, which will give us more opportunity to win this competition, of course. So this is why it is imperative that we do win the Europa League, guys. Guys, please don't forget to drop a comment on the video. Please give me your lineups. Very important you smash a like as well, please, guys. If you guys can do that for me, let me know your opinions. Chat amongst yourself in the comments. Let me know how you feel about my analysis and stuff. I think Man United will win 3-1 in this game. I do believe they'll win 3-1. I think the game is in Man United's hands at Old Trafford. I think Real Sociedad will fold. I do believe that. Fingers crossed that will happen, but that's what I believe. And you know what? On Chatterbox, you know what? I'm not always live on Chatterbox, by the way, guys. I don't always go live, of course. But it doesn't mean you can't chat, you can't smash a like, and you can't share. Of course, guys, I really appreciate everyone who supports this channel. In particular, the members, the people who have become members of this channel. Absolutely I've got some great content for the members. Just, you know what? I've got great content for the members. Because for me, the most important thing, is people who actually support my channel, who go out their way to become members and support the channel. There's going to be great rewards for those guys, those people who have supported this channel now and who are continuing to support the channel going forward, of course. I really appreciate that, And what I would say is that, if you want to support the channel, if you truly love the channel, you would invest in the channel and you would push the channel. It's not to do with it going in my pockets and that. Everything will be reinvested into the channel, and I can do more things on this channel, of course, and it'll give me more time. Because eventually I want to do this full time. I don't do this full time. People know me. I do other things in the UAE and stuff like that, guys. So I don't do this full time. So when I'm like this, when I can't go live, when I'm on a pre-recorded video, you know what I mean? That is because I'm doing something else. I've got something else going on, which is more obviously, which I need to do, obviously, to support my family and things like that. Do you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, this show, of course, I will keep doing it. I'll keep doing it. Whether I bring you pre-recorded or I bring you live content, that's what it's all about at the end of the day. Now, we are nearly on 9,000 subscribers, guys. And you know what? I have a huge amount of debt to you guys in regards to that. The people who are subscribing every single day, the people who are new, the people who have been here for months. Some people have been here since I started doing live content in June. Now, I was doing content before that, but I was doing pre-recorded content in regards to interviews and things like that. But now I'm doing, obviously, a lot more live content, of course. Every single game I'm live. And I'm live every single morning for Breaking Dawn. So, yeah, absolutely. Whether I go live or I go pre-recorded, please show your support. Drop comments, drop likes, everything all that sweet stuff will really help with the development of the channel, the video, etc., and push Stretford Post to where we believe it should be. Because I look at the scene and I look at the fan cam scene, and it seems like the same little circle over and over again. That guy to that guy, that guy to that guy, me to you, me to you, me to you. It's the same little circle, isn't it? It's about time we open doors for other people to come through now, because their opinions are starting to become a little bit stale, if you know what I mean. Their opinions are not what they used to be. We're just getting fed up with the same old narrative. You know what I mean? They were playing the same record over and over and over and over again. It's about time, when we push the door open for other people to come through, of course, guys. Now, I will be live tomorrow for the watch along, of course. I will be live at 11:30. What's the time going to be? 7:30 p.m. UK time. 11:30 p.m. where I am in the UAE. It will be 11:30 p.m. Of course, I'll be starting the show. But 7:30 p.m. in the UK, I will be live for Real Sociedad against Man United at Old Trafford. Really looking forward to the game. Really looking forward to having you guys on board. Can't wait for it. I'm really excited for the game. And you know what, guys? Let's do it, guys, because we got nothing to lose apart from not everything. We've actually got everything to lose, but we got nothing to lose in a way. You know what I mean? Because, we might as well go out there, press from the start, give our all, and win the game. Don't fear this game, United. Don't be scared. Don't be burdened. Go out there. Use the crowd to your advantage. You're not playing Real Madrid. You're playing Real Sociedad, a team that were in the Liga B not long ago. Do you know what I mean? So we got to try and just really squash them. Squash them. Because you know what? We're Manchester United, and that is what we should be. Now, away from all this talk about, you know, stadiums and Jim Ratcliffe interviews and this and that and spin, ultimately, all that matters is Manchester United tomorrow. That's all I care about. Man United tomorrow, Man United at the weekend. That's all I care about. I'm not interested in shining new toys. I'm not interested in being manipulated. I just want, the only manipulation I want is Man United manipulation from the pitch, winning games. That is the only thing I want at the end of the day. And 3-1 to Man United I'm going with. Drop your predictions below, guys, in the comments. Please don't forget, I see you all, those people who comment, and I will respond, of course, guys. Please drop your comments in the comment section below. Your lineup that you prefer, your prediction for the game, who's going to be man of the match, who's going to score the goals. Tell me, what is going to happen in the game? Is it going to be a red card? Is there something going to happen? Let me know, guys, what you think is going to happen in this game, because it is a massive game. It's a massive game. I've given you what I think. Now your turn to let me know what you think, of course, guys. Absolutely. I'm going to put a poll up on the YouTube. So join the poll, get involved in it, support the channel, become a member, drop your super chats, whatever you like. It really, really helps the channel, guys. It really does, guys. Thank you, everyone who joined me today. You're absolute legends. I adore you. I adore you. I really do. Thank you so much. And guys, bring on Manchester United, because that is what it's all about. It's about Man United. It's not about new stadiums. It's not about this. It's about what happens on the pitch. As I said earlier, it's not, I don't care if we play at Hackney Marshes, as long as we're bloody winning Champions League trophies and Premier League trophies and Europa League trophies, whatever it is, it's about winning at the end of the day. That is all I care about, guys. And it should be what you care about. And what our duty is right now is to support Ruben Amorim, push Ruben Amorim. It's going to be difficult. We're going to suffer sometimes, but it's so important that we support the manager, because the manager's managing at the moment with two hands tied behind his back and a blindfold. You know, this is why we have to play, and I'm predicted the likes of Aiden Heaven might start this game. I wouldn't be surprised, because the Euro got picked up a knock at the weekend. Maguire, I don't know what's going on with Maguire, but Maguire apparently is not fit to play in this game. You know, it's getting a little bit precarious in regards to our squad. We're down to the bare bones, guys. Now, if Ruben Amorim wins this Europa League, for goodness sake, Ruben Amorim deserves a statue. He deserves a statue if he wins this Europa League, because the amount of injuries and the amount of problems that we've had this season, and he's arrived mid-season, don't forget, with his own unique style of football, his own play, his own style. He's come mid-season, and he's trying to change everything mid-season, not knowing the players, trying to squeeze everything in one, trying to, you know what, change our fortunes. It's crazy, isn't it, at the end of the day? And that anyone would even fathom talking about the manager being sacked. You know, it's ridiculous at the end of the day. And if there was one positive I could take from the Jim Ratcliffe interview, there were very few, but if there's one positive I can take from it, it would be the fact that he had his unwavering support for Ruben Amorim. Now, I would take that with a pinch of salt, Bay. I would take that with a pinch of salt, because he did say almost, like, guys, I urge you to rewind back when he was back in Erik ten Hag. He almost said word for word exactly what he said about Erik ten Hag. So don't take everything he says as gospel. Do not. Don't be naive. You know, and I know people have already got the stadium thing in their head, and they're very excited and things like that. But don't take anything these billionaires, these corporate guys say as the absolute gospel, because more times than not, you will be disappointed. And as Man United fans for the past 12 years, over since Alex Ferguson left, we've had disappointment after disappointment after disappointment, loss after loss after loss, and promises after promise after promise. And we've had endless amounts of broken promises, guys. So what it is up to us, and what I would urge Man United fans to do, you can make your own choice, but what I would urge you to do, right, is not take every word for gospel and see what happens. Let the actions speak louder than words. That's what I would say. Because I'm not willing to sacrifice 5, 8, 9, 10 years without any success. We've just already gone 12 years without success. We've already gone 12 years without success. And that starts tomorrow night, right? We need to win this Europa League. We win the Europa League. We go on this cycle of starting to win and getting that taste for winning again. Hopefully, we use it this time because I know we won the League Cup. I know we won the FA Cup. I know these things have happened in the past and we haven't moved on from there. We haven't progressed from there. We haven't used it to our advantage. But I believe that we win this Europa League under Ruben Amorim with Champions League football, more chance of getting the players in that he wants next season. You know what? Bad apples will drop, good apples will stay, and we will be ready to compete. We will be ready to compete. And hopefully next season, rather than all the spin, rather than all these stupid interviews that I'm seeing every single 5 minutes, not only from Jim Ratcliffe, from the whole bloody Manchester United Football Club, we've got to stop doing all these interviews and just focus on the primary goal, which is to win football matches. Do your pre-match conference. Do your post-match conference. Leave it. That's it. And sometimes what I would say, get your assistant manager to do some of your conferences as well. Get your assistant manager to do some of the presses as well. Because I know the press don't like that. But you can do that. You can do that also. That is important as well also, guys. You know what I mean? Because we become a media circus. I know our new football ground is going to look like a circus. But you know what? We have become a media circus. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. Because there's always news in regards to Manchester United. Now, in regards to transfers, Man United will have transfers next season. And I said this in the beginning of this morning show. I said that Man United will have a hidden kitty, so to speak, of money, a hidden stash of money that they will spend in the summer. Guys, let's not forget, Ineos wanted to buy Chelsea for 4 billion. Where did that money go? You know what I mean? And that's what I would say about that, guys. That's what I would say about that. I hope you can join me tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. UK time for the live watch-along between Man United and Real Sociedad. Come on, you Reds. Come on, you Reds. Come on, you Reds. It's all about that. All that sweet stuff. Glory, glory, Man United. We need to win this game. We've got to win this game. And I'm telling you now, I don't want to sound like Kevin Keegan, but I would love it if we win this game. I would love it if we win this game. I really would, because it would give us a rope. It will give us a rope to hold on to at least. Do you know what I mean? We're hanging off the helicopter like the A-team at the moment. Do you know what I mean? On that rope ladder, of course. We're almost slipping off. We need to hold on to this Europa League, guys, and make sure we don't mess it up. Guys, take it easy. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to share the video, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and drop your comments below and your opinions below. And guys, I'll be back. Don't worry. Take it easy, guys. I'm Sal Warner. This is Chatterbox. Take it easy, guys. Peace.